Mr. Co-host, Mr. Peacock, a very good evening to you.
How's it, boss? How's it, boss? Can you hear me clear?
I am hearing you crystal clear. Can I just get a sound check from the comments? My co-host, can you confirm if the sound is clear on his side, please?
Everybody hear me in the comments? Just give a thumbs up or something to
Can
that
I have a
effect. Let me
thumbs up
know.
to confirm if the sound is good? Please let me know. Fantastic. We got it all good, ready to go for a good show, guys. Please tap the screen, share the live, and let's have a banger of a show. A very warm welcome. We are on episode 5. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Are you not able to hear me, Mr. Coast?
No, I can hear you. I can hear you. It's just the whole new thing here. I mean, I got small ears, man, so the sound but so lekker. I
I
can't even
guess
see you also.
I guess your earpods is a bit too big, sir. You see, there you can hear me now. You gotta put your glasses on to be able to hear me. You won't be able
Yeah,
to
you
hear
know
me
what?
if
You know
your
when you're
glasses.
driving. You know, so when you drive and you can't find a street and the music is playing, you put the music off to see better.
I get what you're saying. I like it. I like that. Yeah, but we got a banger of a show lined up for tonight. A banger of a show lined up for tonight. How's your feeling?
Nah, I'm always good, boss, always good.
100% always good indeed. Also, guys, if you're looking for any football jerseys, head over to the Pro Jersey store. Use the code Mighty97, get 12% discount on all your football jerseys. Fantastic. Mr. Monty in the house, Mr. Game Changer in the house. Yes, sir. Some interesting topics floating the social medias. The big boys out there doing the things. And I'm sure you are well aware about the one big boy that's out there doing his business. Everyone loves this guy, and that is Mr. Fabrizio. Do you like this guy? Do you guys in the comments like this guy, Mr. Fabrizio?
I just like him for transfers. Other than that, I'm not a fan of him.
You only like him for transfers.
Yeah, everything else, he spoils the mood. He spoils the vibe.
Ah,
You know,
okay. Let's hear
for
let's
me,
hear what the comments are saying. I don't like him anymore. People is not liking him anymore. I hope we don't have anything to do with that. If it's not Fabrizio, that I don't believe anything. Okay. Okay, that's
I
obviously
like David
transfer news.
Ocean.
Zoc, good evening, sir. Transfer
Some
news,
jobs. I like David
Uh,
Ocean. Ocean.
one of my favorites, eh? Ben Jacobs,
I like,
another favorite of mine. I love that guy as well. You know, I think Fabrizio is actually a very good journalist in what he does. I think he is one of the best in the industry of when it comes to transfer news. But I guess we are not the only people that's got mixed emotions about Fabrizio. My co-host is not here, all right? Uh, and let's hear what my co-host had to say about this guy. And obviously, everyone has got their favorites, and they're saying that obviously it's not from Fabrizio. They don't believe it. So let's hear what my co-host got to say around this guy. Let's see what he's got to say about this guy. Where
you told
is
me
this
or the
one?
one that's on
Gents,
the
I
chat.
miss you guys. It feels weird to not be on the podcast tonight and be the one actually sending in a question. I hope that the show is going great. I'm sure that it is going great, and I can't wait to be on the podcast once again. But anyway, I have a question for you guys. I know you guys are talking about Rashford, but I want to take this opportunity to bring up Fabrizio Romano. Do you guys think that people like him do more harm than good in football? The reason that I say that is because when it's transfer time, the transfer window is open. He's great. He gives us all the info that we need, and 90% of the time, we know that we can trust the things that he says. But when the transfer window closes, and it's this period that we have right now where it's in between transfer windows, this man still needs to make a living. So he'll do things like ruin who's going to win the Ballon d'Or by letting us all know that Rodri won the award. And then it's things like this whole Rashford thing. So do you think the good that he does in transfer windows outweighs all of the nonsense that he reports on outside of that? Let me know.
But you know what, Igine? Even during transfers, we know how good he is. But what I like about David Ornstein compared to him is when David will say something, and then when as soon as there's new news, he will give us feedback on that news. Whereas Fabrizio sometimes will say something, and sometimes it was a quiet period before you hear anything else, and then he will just say anything for those clickbaits, even
Mm.
though it's not true.
Mm.
So I think that's his biggest problem, where he sometimes he just also just says to stay relevant, like Brandon saying that in these periods when he needs to still make a living, he doesn't give the full story. Like with the Rashford thing, he doesn't say that. He doesn't give a whole story. He just says, no, the man wasn't training well.
Okay.
But,
Well, we're going to definitely cover that as
Rashford
well.
is
I
still,
just basically want to cover on what Brandon was saying before we get to those kind of nitty-gritty as well, right? Because we know that Rashford at the moment, he is a hot topic, right? With even everyone that just arrived. If you listen to what Brandon was saying there, not because he's the co-host of the show, but he's got a valid point. The Ballon d'Or should be something that's exclusive to the hierarchy. People on the ground, they should not be knowing who's nominated. We had incidents where Real Madrid players did not want to travel, right? So let's think about it, right? If people on the ground did not know, all those players that didn't want to go, they would have gone there because they know. Let's take Vinny, for instance. In his mind, he won it already. But why not the 10, right? Because it's already out there that who is the favorite to win it. You can say who's the favorite to win it, but you cannot have. Yes, we start slightly a bit early, Warren, because we got. That's why I shared in the group with you guys. So the thing is this: that I believe reporters should be there to report on stuff, right? They should not have that kind of inside scoop. When it comes to player transfer, absolutely, he's in contact with agents, those kind of things. That makes perfect sense to me, you know. So let me guys know in the comments what were your thoughts around the Rodri incident, that Fabrizio. And I want to actually echo on exactly what you were saying about the Rashford thing, right? And if you look at this video as well, right, where Fabrizio, according to him, it's actually a bomb that is dropping, right? And that for me, right, should not be something that should just be out there, right? So if you listen to this next video, where he speaks about what basically the coach has been speaking about stuff, but for me, I'm like, man, how come you know all of this? So let's take a listen to what Fabrizio says in this video. I'm not here to badmouth Fabrizio. I love Fabrizio, right? But let's take a listen to this video.
Marcus Rashford opens the door to Manchester United exit for the first time. In an interview with Henry Winter, he says he's open and ready for new challenge and next steps. We know the situation with Man United new manager Ruben Amorim is not easy. Marcus Rashford was out of the squad to face Manchester City in the derby. There is a problem in terms of training sessions and performances, and so Rashford could leave Man United in 2025, January or summer, but now also the player opens the door to a potential exit.
100%. I like what Adil is saying in the comment section, right? Transfer news is an absolute bobbin when it comes to that. He's absolutely amazing, right? But I think he's misleading the public exactly what Adil is saying because he uses words very smart, right? Put potentially, put this, put that, right? And that is why he posts a lot of stuff because he's extremely active on social media, right? So for him to constantly post because he knows how good he is at transfers. So for him, it's easy to add some other spice to his what he's been doing on a daily basis. So people was like, "Oh, Fabrizio is reliable. 90% of the time, like Brendan's saying, he's getting it right? So let's add these things as well. But I'm sure, like we as local people, that also understand the game. He also watches interviews as well, right? He cannot tell me he missed the interview where Amorim said that he watches everything, right? He watches every single detail. But it doesn't mean that they perform bad at training. It could be a lot of other things as well. It could be attitude. We've seen there Rashford, the other game, can't remember which game it was, where he threw the gloves on the floor, bottle on the floor. The kid guy was right there. So those are all the small little things that this guy is looking at. But journalists is taking these things out of context. That is in my opinion. And that is why they have fan bases that is divided. For me, I'm okay as a United supporter for my opposition to literally go and take the piss out of these things. But for your own fan base, getting them divided, that's purely up to you. Right? I
Can I
don't
just
have it
come in
here.
here? What Kesha saying in no man Iggy most he gets some things of the agents. Yes, we understand when it comes to the transfers, he gets them due from the agents. We are talking about like I mean with the whole ball and door. I mean back in the day when we used to watch it, we used to be surprised when we know who's gonna win because there
100%.
wasn't that uh, a day before the time or 2 days before the time who's going to win the Ballon d'Or. Or the same thing was with this Marcus Rashford thing, and like you also said now, Ruben said they I watch the training, I watch how they dress, I watch how they interact with the players, with the staff. I watch everything, And all Fabrizio was saying is that he didn't perform, he's not practicing well, you know. And Rashford didn't say I'm going to leave. He says that basically what saying if the opportunity comes for me to leave, I am ready for the next chapter of my career. And Ruben came out and Ruben said, you know what? We play better when Rashford is there. We will try our utmost best to get Rashford to a certain level again. He's not saying
100%.
he's going to sell Rashford. He says we'll give him his opportunities if we improve on these other things that we have discussed, like the attitude, the work ethic, his communication with his teammates, with the staff, and all
Mm.
of those things. So I think all the journalists basically they will towards anything to get engagement basically. And I mean, whether we like it or not, it's just the way it is because if he's not saying that, no one's going to go listen to him to say, oh shit, Marcus Rashford is leaving or he's been dropped because of poor practices.
100%. And that is why I said that for me, I always try and look deeper into things, right? Where Rashford said that, you know what? I am ready for a new challenge. But he also mentioned in that same statement that Harry Winter has made, right? Where Rashford is saying, you know what? I'm ready for a new challenge, meaning I've been dropped now by the manager, not part of this game selection, right? So I'm ready for a new challenge, but I'm not going to sit and sulk and cry in the corner. But remember, my heart is red, right? Harry Winter also says that, you know what? It's okay to criticize a player, right? For poor performance, body language, all of these kind of things, right? But the moment big content creators and big journalists out there are making it out to be that, you know what, he doesn't want to be with the club anymore. He doesn't want to fight for the badge, right? And they kind of just keep on bad mouthing him, right? Then basically what happens now is he gets now where the public gets hyped up about these things, and then you get the public to start messaging Rashford, right? Private messages that Harry Winter has mentioned and said, you know what, that's what has shown me. This is DMs I'm getting from my own fan base, right? Because of people like the Goldbridges, right? That calls the man a wheelie bin, that doesn't support the man, right? But they're forgetting what he's done for the club, right? If I speak under correction, I think Rashford is in the top five or top six players for United that has been scoring the most goals in that time period when he's been at United. But people are forgetting this. Why? Because it's all about instant success. What I'm saying is, I'm okay, right?
You want mute Iggy? Okay, while Iggy's struggling there with his thing, I will speak. For me, with the whole thing with Rashford, it's not even much about the goal scoring or the assist or anything to that effect. It's more got to do with just his body language on the field. He doesn't want to run for the team. He doesn't want to run for the club. He doesn't want to run for the badge. And I think that is the thing that get the
Think,
public against him. And like Arlo said, I think it was Arlo Jock now I said in the comments also, this interview come all of a sudden it's a coincidence that the
Are you
day
able to hear
after
me
he
now?
dropped, you all of a sudden wants to
Am I
come
back?
he wants to come with
Am I
you
back?
back.
Okay, cool.
Uh
Okay, apology about that. There was a
basically
bit of a glitch. There was a bit of a glitch. Look,
express
for me, right, personally, as I was saying, right, about Harry Winter. Harry Winter has mentioned these things, right, with Mark Goldbridge. He was saying to Mark Goldbridge live. I've actually watched the replay. Adil sent it to me still, right? But he was live with Mark Goldbridge, where he told Goldbridge, you know what? You guys with these big platforms, you guys are bashing this guy, and you guys are getting public to stand behind you, your own fan base, right? Now, with your own fan base, they start seeing, okay, Rashford has got a social media platform. Let's start sending him DMs. For me, I'm okay saying, you know what? Let's bash Rashford for his bad form to the bench. Let's bash him to say, you know what? Your attitude, body language, those things are not right. Let's look at basically, you know what? Not being selected for squad. All right? Those are the kind of things. If you look at Harry Maguire, he went through the same thing. All this abuse and stuff on social media. But because he is a bigger mentality monster than what Rashford is, right? That is why he could come back from these things, right? So there's a lot of things around this which I think, you know what, I don't totally agree with it, but I say, you know what, if he's not performing, he should be benched. If he doesn't pull his socks up, he should not be selected. But as long as he is a player, say, you know what, I'm all for the club and my heart is red, I'm going to try and work to get where I want to be, right? That is a player I will still support after the manager. Manager always gets first my backing. He always first gets my backing. But I think we're going to take quickly a few people to come in on what we've covered this far. Let's go into the 60 second of countdown. I think we'll take maybe 5 people to come in. Let's see who we've got in the 60 seconds of countdown. Let's see, we've got Ariel coming in. Good evenings, Ariel. Welcome to the 60 seconds of countdown, sir. Any
Hi,
opinion,
good evening. Good
anything
evening.
from you, sir, that you would like to add to what we have
Yeah,
said so far?
just a brief, just I said Robin, I was Robin and Iggy.
I'm left on
Just
audio.
my view. You must remember, Rashford grew up in the club and he's learned from the greats like Ronaldo how to handle the media. He's a great PR machine. That is Rashford.
Mhm.
Number one, what I was very disappointed in Rashford when he came up with that statement. That was behind closed doors. That should have happened. Not running to the public platforms to say, I'm ready for the new challenge. That is just after the coach has dropped him. So what is that? That sends a clear message. That is not the way any Manchester United, a guy playing for the bad, should behave. I would have loved to see behind the scenes. He's a good player, leave nicely. Don't now create a situation where the whole media is taking the focus off United in our plan and our progress. It's all about Rashford now. So
Mhm.
I'm a bit disappointed. I like the guy, like the player. He's done a lot for the club, but I hated the way he's done it. He's put it out in the media straight away to say,
Mhm.
I'm ready for a new challenge. I
Okay.
mean, that's not the way to do it, man, guys.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to add
Okay. Sure.
on tonight's topic.
Sure. Sure.
I agree with you 100% audio.
I,
I
I
agree.
definitely gonna
I think
respond to that.
I think the timing of that interview wasn't good. It wasn't the best of his best judgment basically.
Okay.
Because
That's fair.
immediately after he's been dropped, he comes over with such a statement or such an interview. So the timing of the interview, I think it makes him look even more. It makes him look bad, more. Makes him look worse than what it already is. And now instead of focusing on the upcoming games or the games he's playing or the performance of certain players, the media is only focused now on Marcus Rashford.
Okay.
Same thing happened last night. He was sick in the week. That's why he wasn't selected. He was sick for 2 days, I think. But
Okay.
now it's still he's been dropped because
Cool.
of whatever reason. So like you
Yeah.
said, he wants to leave the club in a good spirit. I don't think he will because with interviews and statements like that.
Okay. Cool. That's fair. Any final? Okay. Others out. Good evening, Zoc. Welcome to the 60 second of countdown. So, anything you would like to add?
Yeah, good evening, gents. Thanks for having me, man.
Pleasure having
Um,
you, sir.
I just wanted to say one thing as well. Like, I feel like the statement that he's put out is kind of ambiguous in a way, and I'm gonna tell you why I say so.
Okay.
So, firstly, before I get into that, remember he never physically said or literally said that he wants to leave the club. He
100%.
just said he's open to a new challenge, and
Sure.
people can take that and interpret that how
Mm,
they feel like, right?
sure.
Secondly, I don't think he wants to leave the club because his blood is red. Firstly,
Mm-hmm.
secondly, Ruben Amorim hasn't also publicly stated that he wants Rashford to leave.
Mm,
He said in one of his interviews that he wants to work with a guy. He wants to get Marcus Rashford back
mm.
to his best where he
Yeah.
was, and that doesn't mean that he wants to let the guy go. Are you with me? So I'm thinking ambiguous in a sense where it could mean that he's willing to he's up for the challenge. What he wants, what Ruben is appealing to him. He wants to work with Ruben and to do this new system. I mean, no, we all aware that the no player is bigger than the club, and I think he
100%.
realizes that as well. You know what I mean?
100%.
So he is trying to humble, even though he's high salary. He recognizes a new guy coming in and stuff like that. So it could mean he's willing to work with a guy and he's open to a new challenge.
Sure.
The second part of that statement could mean that he is in fact trying to suggest that he's open to literally joining a new club. You know what I mean? And he's
Mm,
trying to put that out there in an attempt to appeal to other clubs to come for him in January or maybe
okay.
the end of the season.
Okay.
So currently, there's nobody coming for him because they either think he has an attitude problem or they thinking this guy he has lost it and he's out of form and he doesn't and they wouldn't want that at their club. So I feel like it's ambiguous in that sense. He could be appealing to other clubs to come for him, or he could be open to working with other teams. And
Okay.
it's very, I mean, with Amaram, and it's very important what you mentioned about for Fabrizio as well. Fabrizio is now taking that old statement and putting a different spin or narrative on it. You know
Mm,
what I mean? It
mm,
might not be literal or figurative. It could be figurative, but he's now physically saying that Rashford is open to joining new
mm,
clubs when
mm.
the guy never literally said that.
100%. 100%.
That's my
And
piece. Thanks, Vince.
no problem. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna respond to those things quickly. Remember, guys, like nowhere do we see it was anyone else that came out with the story. Remember, Harry Winter is a close family friend, also a journalist as well. And he's been having these conversations, and that is what he was saying. So, what, like everyone has got different ways of looking into things. I look at this because, okay, you're a close family friend, you've been speaking to the family, to Rashford and that, and I think that it could even be, like I said, people take things out of context. And he hasn't said that I want to find a new club for myself, right? But it could also have been a conversation where I ask him, maybe Harry Winter asked him, listen here, you've been dropped, like, what's the way forward from here? And he could have said that, you know what? If it is the managers don't see me part of my plans, I'll be, you know what, looking for a new challenge. I would be ready. But he mentioned all the other things, which is positive. Like Zark said, he doesn't really want to leave. His heart is still red in that. So that's how I literally look at those kind of things, you know. So like I said, there's a lot of things. I don't gonna run too much on this because we've got another couple of topics as well. But I just want to play one final view from Kesha. He also had a bit of a view on Rashford, and then we'll move on to another topic.
How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Me, I just wanted to touch on this topic of Marcus Rashford at United and him being dropped from the squad and him not apparently going for training. I wanted to get the point. I wanted to get your guys' view, Iggy, PC, and anyone on the panel, of what you guys really think about this situation because I think it's a funny one. Um, United has had this tendency of wanting their players out, but they don't really get them out because of the wages they have of these players. And players like McTominay, Maguire, Marshall, De Gea, some of those players only left for free. The only fee they got recently was maybe for McTominay, at Napoli, and he's thriving at Napoli. Martial left free, De Gea left for free, Maguire they tried to sell him, couldn't get a fee for him. But me personally, I think such things, I don't know, whenever a manager comes in, there's always that player that everyone wants out. So getting him out puts the manager in the fans' good graces and maybe the board and maybe the higher superiors. So I don't know if you guys think this is something that is bigger than it seems, or it's just something that should happen, or I don't know, because Rashford is only 27. People are saying he's finished at 27. I've just seen the comments from Ian Wright, and I think he's right. At some point, at some point, because it's only 27, he can go somewhere else and thrive. There are so many players who picked in later ages of their career, examples of Jamie Vardy and so on and so forth, Troy Deeney. Yeah, but what do you guys think?
Cool. Like I say, I want to get into other topics as well, because I want to get some more people's views and stuff like that. I think for me, in a nutshell, is that you know what previous people that was in these positions, they were not clued up how to do proper business. That is why we lost a lot of players, right? For cheap, even on a free, and that's why these players was on high salaries. And I think with the teams that we have in now, that is why even now recently we lost our sporting director, right? Because I think this guy he is being ruthless because he wants to make sure that he does things the proper way and actually get things done the right way, to get United where it should be, Because even if you look at this also, and that is where this media comes in. So I want to play another video on basically leading up to what we were discussing about biasness, you know, by the pundits, by the media, and those kind of things. I'm going to play a video from a guy called Roscoe. He was on the previous episode as well. So let's hear what he's got to say about biasness, about pundits, and those kind of things.
Hey guys, watching the Spurs game last night, and seeing Amram's system, and you can clearly see the way he wants to play. You can clearly see he has a plan. You can see have the attention of the players. Doing what he did to Rashford and Garnacho, you can see that he's not afraid to make bold decisions, and I back him 100%. But what I wanted to ask you guys about the English media, the English bias. We've seen player power taken over United for the last couple of years, and there's this weird agenda, especially from the ex-United players and certain pundits criticizing United managers, and I think it's totally unfair, especially Gary Neville. So I want to hear your opinions on that. Thank you.
Okay. I think, Robin, let's take quickly three people to come in and give their view on pundits, the biasness, and those kind of things. And then we can maybe possibly respond to those things as well. Thank you for the gifts, there, guys. Appreciate you guys, and thanks for the taps as well. We've just hit 4K, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's share the live. We've got G-Force coming in to the 60-second of countdown. We've got two more after G-Force. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Sportcast, sir. The floor is yours.
Man, GeForce. Je kan niet een community rechten bij die man. Ja, GeForce.
G-Force, are you there, sir?
Stage fright.
G-Force, are you there?
Ja, sorry man. Ja, ek het nog 'n week ingekom.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Sportcast, sir.
Ja, Nancy. Dis alright man.
Kan die klaar self met hy kan, man.
Gaan maar aan man.
Lieflik, man.
Kyk eens, ek wil gepraat het van die biasness van ons supporters.
Okay.
Right? Among the supporters.
Okay.
So fair enough. Rashford has apparently done a lot for the club.
Sure.
But what goes for one player must go for all.
100%.
Jadon Sancho said something on social media and it was gone next minute. So who is Rashford? It doesn't make Rashford special because he's been there 20 years.
Okay.
So why are we all still Rashford in, when everyone
Okay.
was Sancho out?
Okay. That's fair. Okay. That's a very fair question. Can I ask a question onto that question? What was the statement that Sancho made? And what was the statement that Rashford made?
Rashford's statement is actually worse than what Sancho's statement was.
What
If you
was
think of it, if you put it in context.
what can someone just rectify me? What was the
So
statement?
Sancho was basically just protecting himself, or how can I
But
say? Yeah,
remember
basically just standing up for himself.
Sancho called out the manager, right? And
Yeah.
that's why I always say my thing is this: a manager always gets my backing first over a player. Doesn't matter which manager you are. Secondly, now a player gets backed. For me, the difference between the two, why I would still, you know what, look at what Rashford has done. This is just me. Like I say, nothing wrong what you're saying. You got a valid point. But Rashford has just said, you know what, if it is, I need to move on. I'm okay. I'm ready for a new challenge. But Sancho went to bless the manager. That is just how I see that.
Okay,
So for me,
I hear what you're saying, right? Sancho got best the manager. Rashford is technically, with the statement, is bashing the club. What is worse?
I wouldn't say he's bashing the club. This is me
Yeah.
because for me, I just see that he so you know what? If it comes to that, I would be ready for a new challenge. That's how I see it. He also says in the statement, my heart is red, right?
That's
And
indirectly saying he wants to go, like Mr. Adil said, his pure management is out. It's gevaarlijk. He's not going to directly say something. He's
okay,
indirectly going to implement. He wants to go. I mean, if he was such a big player, Casemiro hasn't been playing since Amoron came there. He's not crying. There's a few players that hasn't been playing. They're not crying. So who is Rashford?
look, like I say, this is a that's why I say I want to like not squash this by saying, you know what, I don't want to listen to your opinion because every opinion is valid in that. But all I'm saying is that all the stuff I read of everyone that's put it out there, it started by Harry Winter as a journalist and a close family friend. All I'm saying is the conversation he started with Mark Goldbridge was saying, you know what? This guy saying he would be ready for a different challenge. It could be that he just had a general conversation. Managers dropped you. Where is the way forward from now? That's how I see it. Like everyone sees it differently. But like I say, you've got a good point. Everyone should be treated the same, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, that situation is different. That he didn't go out and bash the manager the way Sancho has bashed the manager. That's why the manager always gets my backing first, always
Can,
above
Iggy,
over a player.
can I just add to that statement there, or to that topic, that I know we want to move on.
Just give me
Just
one
two
second,
things.
Adil. Just give me 1 second, Adil. G-Force, thank you for popping in, sir, into the 6 second of countdown. You can hop in again. There's going to be another opportunity. You can go back to the same topic if you'd like,
Ja,
or
man,
maybe something
ek moet
different.
jy eer my bro, man.
We want to give everyone opportunity, man. We just want to make it fair, man. But thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in.
I think also we just have to go back 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm,
Where the manager, there was a whole information. We still don't know the truth. We don't know. I say there's a lot that we don't know actually, but you can read between the lines where they were saying the liners were leaked, right? Then it was they were blaming Canacho, then they were blaming Rashford. It was never proven, right? Then Canacho came back. That means it wasn't Canacho, because if that was Canacho, you'd have been suspended or something. Then they say Rashford was on 2 days of leave. For me, it is very important what our manager said. He said, I'm willing to work with Rashford,
mm,
right? And Rashford was just like G-Force was saying, he is so clever. He's been there a long time. He's put the horse before the cart, and
mm,
now he's sitting back to see what's going to happen. I think our manager did the right call. Whoever made the decision to say no, his attitude isn't right, he must sit it out.
mm.
That proves that no one is bigger than the club. For me, that
100%.
is very important. Like you said, Iggy,
100%.
we got to back the manager. And no
100%.
matter how much even if it was Ronaldo, I would have reacted the same. We got to trust the manager. And I think
100%.
the manager's also making a statement to say, guys, no one, no player. Look, he bends our two best players, basically. He showed them to say, guys, if we did wrong, If I'm not happy with your attitude, you will not play, irrespective of how big you are. And I think that is so. That is the difference with this manager.
Sure.
Other managers would have buckled.
100%.
So
Adil,
that's
thanks
just
for
my
hopping in.
contribution. I think I
100%.
might.
100%.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, guys.
no
I want to
problem.
say,
Thanks.
firstly, guys, thank you for everyone that's engaging this far. In episode 5, I think that we don't even have enough time to cover the one topic because I can also point out here, I see there's comments that comes through say, I am a massive Rashford fan. I'm going to say it again. Manager backing first. Secondly, player backing. So if you are a United player, you will get my backing all the way. All right? Doesn't matter which player you are. I will be a big fan about every player that I will protect. All right? But I will also criticize. That's why I said if the player needs to be benched, he will definitely be benched 100%. So we're gonna speak about something else as well. I think that we are gonna move away from the Rashford. Otherwise, we're not gonna cover some other topics. But I think let's speak Andy Robertson. Let's speak Andy Robertson.
We need to have a conversation about Andy Robertson of Liverpool. And should Liverpool go into the transfer market now, the winter transfer market in January, and look for a left back? With Simicas always being injury prone, and Robertson being on a decline, should Liverpool be on the lookout for a new left back in the transfer market when the transfer
Adil.
window opens? A lot of Liverpudlians or people that support Liverpool and a lot of these podcasters have been saying that Robinson of Fulham and Kirkes of Bournemouth should be the ideal players for Liverpool to go and hunt down to replace Andy Robertson. What are your thoughts about Andy Robertson, given that he's now given away 2 penalties and was sent off in the last game, which resulted in Liverpool dropping more points? Let us know your thoughts.
Okay. You wanna respond?
Yeah, look, yeah. One thing you can't buy experience. Number one. He's having an off time at the moment, but the team in general is playing well. And what we know of Michael Edwards and FSGs, they are not just going to buy anybody in January. They might go buy someone in the summer years. And especially when you look in the Premier League, do you think Bournemouth and Fulham is going to sell two of their better players to a rival team this time of the year or this time of the season? So I don't think Liverpool and FSG will act hasty. I don't think they're gonna make drastic decisions now. They got a good thing going. Uh, Robertson has been there for this through the successful period, so I think they will stick with him and give him the benefit of the doubt up until the end of the season, and then decisions will be made of who do we bring in and who do we sell type of thing.
Okay.
But for me, I don't think they'll make big decisions regarding that, and I don't think they'll go in to the January window now buying people because Liverpool is not that type of club. They'll
Okay.
do their they'll do their research. They will go and look at everything and make a decision, and maybe in the summer they'll have the players that they want, and they'll get them at good prices.
Okay. 100%. Look, I'm gonna take some people in shortly. I'll tell you guys when I'm gonna take in. I'll give my view. Robin give his view. Like I say, people give their view in the comments. It's this platform podcast from the sportcast is where every opinion gets valued. All right. So what I'm going to say is right. For me personally, if I was a Liverpool supporter, all right, I would not want to sell Robertson. All right. Like you are saying, you can't buy experience. We know the quality that Robertson brings to that Liverpool team. Definitely for sure, right? He is up there, right? He's definitely in the top 5 in the Premier League at the moment. If not, I wouldn't go that far, but let's just talk Premier League. So far, I would say in the top 5, he definitely goes in there. But people are forgetting if players are making mistakes, they are thinking players is not allowed to make mistakes, right? But they also forget to give credit to the opponent, right? That has maybe outplayed that player. So in other words, what people are saying, if Liverpool are stepping up, let's say against a Southampton, right? A winger that plays on that side where Robertson are where Robertson are playing, they are thinking that because it's Liverpool and Southampton, that winger is not supposed to outclass Robertson. I always say on the day, right, form goes out the window. So it doesn't matter what you've done previously in the past. It all depends on the day because it's a game of 90 minutes. If on the day the coach and his players they execute their game plan perfectly, right? Then doesn't matter how good you are, right? You can be outplayed in your position, right? So I would say as well, keep Robertson for the experience and get maybe someone from the academy, right? To maybe come in and actually learn from him. That is what I would say as if I was a Liverpool guy. But anyway, let's take three people in for the 6 second of countdown. Let's see who we've got in here for the 6 second of countdown. I see I've got Cape Scouser in there. I've got Zark in there. Zark coming in. Cape Scouser, you want to come in, hop in, come give your view, sir. Anyone else? We got Monty coming in. Can I have another one for the 60 second of countdown? Can I have someone else as well? Fantastic. Awesome stuff. Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome. Mr. Zog, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah. Look, firstly, let me just start off by saying, as a United supporter, right? If Liverpool wants to sell Andy Robertson, I'll be happy to take him because we need a left back.
Hmm.
Secondly, this guy's 30 years old. There's still a lot of years in him, right? His legs are fresh and stuff like that. Um, Last season he was brilliant. The season before that, brilliant. This season he seems a bit off, and people are quick to jump on that train. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And what I just basically want to say, and I always say it, is don't be too quick to judge a player because that player in the next 3 or 4 games turn that whole form around, and then we left with egg on the face.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I still think personally I should not let him go. He's 30 years old. There's still lots of years left in him, and he can
100%.
definitely be training the next left back at Liverpool.
100%.
But don't sell him, my opinion.
100%. Sir, thank you, sir, for popping in, sir. Mr. Monty, the floor is yours, sir.
Evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Evening, sir. I can definitely
Yeah,
hear
yeah, we can
crystal
hear
clear,
you.
sir.
Okay. So obviously now I'm a Liverpool fan.
Of course.
Robertson, absolutely no way we're selling him. I mean, we bought this guy for 2 million, and ever since then, basically up until now, he's been a top left back, even one of the best maybe in the past few seasons. And he, like the previous guy said, he's only 30 years old, so
Hmm.
he still
Still a
has
lot of football in him, eh?
a few years in him. Yeah. When those penalties that he gave away, I don't know. I just think maybe he was just a bit leggy. I don't know if fitness might just be a slight problem. So
Could
he's,
we
he's
say,
diving into
sorry to
tackles.
break you, but could we say that
Yeah,
credit should be given to the opponent as well? I mean,
yeah,
we're
no,
forgetting to do
definitely.
that
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah. It's not always the defender. It can also
Hmm.
be the opponent that's just has it, you know. So we go with that as well. But in terms of selling him, I don't think we should. I definitely don't think we are going to sell him. I mean, we have Simikas there as well. So yeah, I think so. We just need to rotate Robertson just to keep him fresh. And yeah, I think he still has a lot of contributions to give to us on that left. I mean, with the players we have around him as well, that can always improve. So it's just a downfall now at the moment, but I definitely think he'll be better very soon.
No, 100%. And if I may ask, before I
Mhm.
give Cape Scouser the opportunity, I don't think he gets injured a lot, eh?
Yeah, and that, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what United doesn't have at the moment. They don't have a player that's always available, and that's actually
Mm.
what a lot of your fan base are forgetting. Are they looking at the here and now mistakes and some past mistakes, but not looking at the type of player what is done for your
Yeah,
club. But thank you for
exactly,
popping in, sir.
exactly.
Thank you for
No
popping in.
problem,
I
no problem.
appreciate, sir, your view and your opinions in that, sir. Please interact with us and please stay around. Mr. Cape Scouser, welcome to the Sportcast, sir. Pleasure having you, sir.
Yo, how's it? You
Good in
guys
you,
good?
sir. Always good, my friend. Always good, man.
Look, Andy Robertson, people are quick to judge Robertson. What they need to understand is that the beginning of the season Andy Robertson never had a preseason. He had a shoulder operation in the beginning of the season.
True.
And then he had a thigh injury also at the beginning of the season. So what I'm seeing now is him coming to grips with the way that Arne Slot wants to play. And what we're also seeing now is why Jurgen Klopp signed Tsimikas as well. Tsimikas is a better ball playing left back than Andy Robertson. He's better at dribbling. He's a better passer of the ball. Robertson is an engine. Robertson is that left back that makes it bombing runs up and down. Who can recall when Jose Mourinho said he got tired just from watching Robertson? Now, why would you want to sell a player like that? Because he had maybe 2, 3 bad games, and people are hopping onto the penalties. He
Mm.
gave away 2 penalties. The penalty he gave
You're breaking up there?
away now last week. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So the penalty he gave away last week. Right, the penalty he gave away last week. Virgil van Dijk plays that man onside. Robertson tries to get back. If he doesn't make a challenge, the player goes through on goal. He takes a gamble. He's late with the tackle. He gets a red card. The other penalty he gave away. We all saw that that was a tackle outside the box that the referee gave as a penalty inside the box. So you can't blame him for that. And the week before, people are now saying they want him sold. But the week before when we played Girona, he was the man of the match.
Mm. And that is
So
why, just to add on what you're saying, Scarso, and I think Warren, that's in the video there, is actually saying people are now looking at that penalty, which you also rightfully pointed out. They're looking at those kind of penalties that he gave away. But they forgetting, like I also said, that Monty is also agreed as well, that they forget to give the opponents the credit they deserve. Right? Doesn't matter if Van Dijk played the man onside and he tried to basically stop that of being a goal. That is in football, we know that you try and take one for the team, but he should have known that, you know what, maybe there's going to be a red card. Rather, give him the opportunity to go with the goalkeeper. But then again, he wants to obviously put in that shift. And that is just what he's always been doing. But you know what? He's an amazing player. We know that. But like you say, people is not wanting to give him the credit because they remember for him the mistakes he's been making now.
look, and I think also one key thing that people forget about Robertson is this man is his national team captain,
Mm,
and he's one of the leaders in the Liverpool dressing room. So why would you want to sell a player that has so much influence on your dressing room? I mean, you can clearly see Tsimikas has learned so much from Robertson. That
agreed.
overlapping runs, picking up the spaces in the final third as a defender. He learned it from the best left back in the league over the past few years.
100%,
So,
100%, I agree.
why would you want to sell a player like that? It still has like what, maybe another 5 years left at the club. I mean,
100%.
Liverpool have never had a left back this good after we had John Henry, so we struggled to replace
Oh,
a left back.
yeah. True, no? True, 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 true. 100%. Mrs. Carter, thanks for popping into the 60 seconds, sir. We will be discussing more topics. Hopefully, you come interact again with us, sir, in the comments. And good evening to you as well. Whoever arrived here as well, Clarence, everyone else. Always a pleasure having you guys over here, man. So guys, this guy over there, oh, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's speak Trent Alexander-Arnold. I guess Liverpool guys do not want to speak about this guy because they know what he is bringing to that Liverpool squad. Yes, a lot of people are taking the piss by saying he can't defend, but you know what? Let's be real. If the guy don't need to defend and he takes his team forward by creating their chances that give them that 3 points, you as a fan, are you really going to complain? Not really going to complain, all right? But let's hear what is the big thing around this guy. Let's speak Trent.
Football lovers, very, very quick question. So, this on the back of speculation that Liverpool have offered Trent Alexander Arnold a £250,000 a week deal. This is the deal that he rejected, and it is said that Trent is aiming for £350,000 per week. Now, my question is whether we think that for a right back, that is the correct type of asking price. And the reason why I'm asking your opinion is, in my opinion, doesn't sit too well because look at all the hoops Mohamed Salah had to jump through to get that type of money. He's breaking records, he's performing at the highest level just to get to that. Trent's making that same demand. So I don't know. Give me your opinion. What do you think? What do you feel about this? I am keen to hear.
Okay. I think we're going to take 5 people to come in to actually give their view on this before I give my view on this. All right. Is there anyone that would like to jump into the 60 seconds of countdown? We've got a Liverpool guy coming in. Warren, welcome, sir. We do have Monty back, all right? We do have Adil that's back. We do have Rook that's back. We do have Spouser that's back. And this is going to be super fun. Let's hear what the guys are saying. Let's see. I am going to make a call on this one. I'm going to give the Liverpool guys an opportunity first. I think Warren was the first one. I'll give Warren a go. I'll give the United guys a go afterwards. Warren, welcome, sir, to the Sportcast. So the floor is yours.
Hi, Iggy. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first time in the box, so
Wonderful. Pleasure having
excuse
you,
me if
sir.
I'm a bit nervous to speak.
Don't.
But okay. So when it comes to Trent, my opinion is that Trent is a player that should be wrapped in gold, for my opinion. And yes, a lot of people are saying he should go. So when it comes to the contract situation, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of people saying that he rejected this, he rejected that. Trent himself has said in the media that none of these previous contracts or anything with Liverpool has ever been in public, and neither will this current contract situation. So all these fluff in the media about him rejecting this deal because of money and he rejected 3 deals or whatever, and people are 100% saying he's going to Real Madrid. We don't know what is happening behind, closed doors or behind in the with the agents and between Liverpool bosses and so forth. So that's all speculation. I don't really pay attention to the contract situation. When it comes
Okay.
to him as a player, when it comes to him as a player, the passes that this guy make
Mm-hmm.
is like you can't trade that. Yes, defensively he has question marks around him, but what he offers in offense is worth more to me because even midweek in the game against Southampton, when it was not even the A squad that was playing, this guy made a difference with that first goal. So you can't trade that for me. So people saying he needs to go, he needs to go. I say he needs to stay because yes, what he
Divided,
offers for
divided,
me,
divided.
yeah, what he offers for me in offense values more to me than defense because there's other people that can do that job.
Okay. Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you, sir. We will respond to that shortly. Thanks for coming in, sir. Mr. Monty, floor is yours, sir. Let's get the Liverpool guys' thoughts first, because I see you guys are also divided, eh? So, Mr. Monty, what's your thoughts around that, sir?
I'm back. I'm back. Um, Trent. We all know this is your water player, ne? You can hear me, ne?
Yeah, definitely clear.
Okay, Trent. Look, I can say he's the best right back in the world, but people will disagree with me because he can't defend, which is true. I mean, if you're a right back, you're a defender. But like the previous guy said, him going forward is obviously much better than him defending. I think he did improve
Mm-hmm.
in his defending, and he does have cover with Konate there. So I personally do think he should stay. I mean, he's been a Liverpool fan since what?
350K a week?
No.
You say he's worth that money?
Um, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can. It's a difficult one. 350 is a lot.
Mhm.
Um, if he can continue what he's doing, but with us winning trophies
Okay.
as well, then yes, 350 definitely. Um, on the other hand, with him and the links to Real Madrid, I mean, obviously, if you're getting noises about such big clubs that want you, you're obviously going to think about it. I'm sure he has thought about it,
Mhm.
and he's won I mean, basically every trophy with Liverpool as well. So from my side, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did consider moving
Okay,
since he's won everything with Liverpool,
that's
and now
fair.
this huge club is coming for him. So, but personally, I obviously want him to stay. I mean, going forward, he's probably one of the best, if not the best,
Okay,
in
100%. I
the
will
world.
definitely
So,
agree. He's one of the best,
there's,
100%.
for me, there's that contract. He needs to he needs to sign that contract. Maybe just for another few years, help us get some more trophies, and
That's why
then
you see, I'm just sitting back for this one and I'm enjoying this one. The divide, I mean, the fan base is so divided. Mr. Monty, it's always a pleasure having you, sir. Let's have the
no
big
problem.
guy. He goes by the name the Cape Scouser. He's one of the divided ones because he heard 350. He's like, no bloody ways. That's not what Liverpool does. Mr. Scouser, while I'm sitting back, sir, the floor is yours, sir. What's your thoughts around this guy?
Look, um, we all want Trent to stay. We all know the qualities that Trent has. I want Trent to stay, but Liverpool have made 3 contractual offers to Trent.
Mm,
There's no agreement.
mhm.
The latest news is that they offered him a 309,000 a week contract. Alright?
Okay,
He hasn't agreed to it. Real Madrid are rumored to be offering him somewhere north of 400,000.
okay.
Now, if you want to play for the club, it doesn't
How old
matter
is
what
he?
you do.
How old is he again? Before we continue, how old is he?
Trent is about 20, 25, 26,
Okay,
if I'm
26.
not
Okay, cool.
mistaken.
Sure.
So
Okay.
if you think about it like this, he wants 350k now.
Mhm.
In 5 years' time or 4 years' time, the club has to offer him another contract.
Okay.
Alright? Secondly, why would we want to break financial fair play? We have to offer Trent a new contract, Virgil a new contract,
Mhm.
Salah a new contract.
Mhm. You gone again?
Trent
There you back.
Trent
You back.
needs, if he wants to play for the club, sorry, if Trent wants to play for the club, he needs to
Mhm.
sign the contract. If he doesn't
Okay.
want to play for the club, he needs to come out and say, you know what, I've won everything at Liverpool. I want a new challenge. I will respect him more for that.
Okay.
But what you are doing now is you're going to allow teams to negotiate with you for free. You know you have market value.
Mhm.
So then say, like what
Mm.
Coutinho did, what Luis
Uh-huh.
Suarez did.
Sure.
And people, I hear our fans are saying they want Trent to stay, they want this and that. If Trent wants to go, let him go and see that
Sure.
life is not greener on the other side.
Sure.
Coutinho saw it, Torres saw it. If they want to leave, then they must leave. That's my stance on it. If he doesn't want to sign a contract and if it's money motivated, then I
Mhm.
don't want him to play for the club because then he's lost that passion of playing for the badge. It's now
Fair
become
play.
about money.
Fair play. Fair play. Fair play. 100% fair play. Mr. Scouser, always a pleasure
Yes,
having
sir.
you, sir. We'll probably have another one or two topics we can close off with. But yeah, Mr. Adil, can we give Zog an opportunity? He had a bit of a network issue early on. Mr. Zog, the floor is yours, sir. You can go.
Look, I love getting an opportunity to speak about Liverpool players. Um, just, just on Arnold, right? I think Liverpool is their own biggest enemy in that.
Okay.
I think like they should have never been in this position to start off with. I mean, you saw it now with Virgil, with Salah, and now with Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't wait so long to like I mean, and they so good with business and that, right? Why give a player you giving him now? He's in the position to negotiate salary and that. Where
Okay.
have you ever heard a defender, a right back specifically, turn down a contract of £309,000 per
Mm,
week?
mm,
You know what I mean? That is now he's negotiating from a position of power, in other words,
okay.
and he might be using that as a tactic to get more money from Madrid, even. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To say, look,
Mm-hmm.
here's Liverpool, they're doing it. Otherwise, I think he would have long time signed for Liverpool
Mm-hmm.
already.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not. Maybe, like Scouser said, maybe he could be open to a new challenge, but maybe he then should say that. But
Mm,
I'm not gonna say that if I can also get more money in the deal. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
mean, yeah, I can say I like playing football, but I like getting paid more than that. You know what
Mm,
I mean?
of course.
Money
Of
money
course.
talks at the end of the day. So
100%.
yeah, I think there's a very big chance that he might leave. I think Liverpool were lucky to be in a position where they tied down now Virgil and Salah, but I don't think they're gonna be lucky with Trent. I think
Mm,
Bellingham, his friend, might also have a huge influence in that.
Yeah.
But again, this is just all speculation. If we were talking facts, then it would obviously be different. So
Mm-hmm.
all speculation. That's my piece.
100%. Mr. Zoc, always a pleasure having you, sir. Please stay around. Hopefully, we'll have another final interaction. Mr. Adil, floor is yours, sir. I know you love the 60-second of countdown, sir. You can definitely go for it.
Yeah, no, just a quick one on Trent. I think also what I admire about Liverpool, they've always been a club that's very shrewd in terms of salaries. They don't break the bank. They've got
Mm.
the a wage bill and levels where they maintain.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I think a couple of weeks back, there was talk to say they will not be able to sign all three. They will be able to sign two.
Mm.
Now we know clearly who the two is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Liverpool's going to pull the trigger here, and 309. If he doesn't take 309, he's going to be out. I don't think they're going to go 350 or 400. That's not the
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool way. That's what I always admired about Liverpool. They will stick to their guns.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the end of the day is you've seen great players leave Liverpool
Mm-hmm.
and they just rebuild. So
Of course.
they got players in the pipeline. So my view is, I say if you look at Liverpool with the salary, they're not going to go higher. 309 is actually a bit high already.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he's a quality player, but I think he's gonna leave. Is they
Okay.
gonna let him go?
Okay, cool.
Thanks, guys.
No
Great show.
worries. Okay, I see Chiefos in the line over there. Chiefos, I will give you an opportunity now. Robin, you want to respond quickly? A 6 second to that, Trent?
Yeah, look, yeah, I took my notes, my while I was talking, you know.
Okay.
Couldn't Google, but I took some notes while the guys were speaking, you know. Look at Trent is in a situation where it's a win-win. He wants to stay at Liverpool with certain conditions. He wants 350. Liverpool don't give him. He leaves for free. He gets a sign-on bonus by Real Madrid. He makes that money back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a win-win from that side. The people talking about his defending in the system and the role he plays at Liverpool, he doesn't really need to defend. His strong point is going forward and creating. So
That's
we
exactly what I
shouldn't
said
look too
earlier on.
much about his defending part of it because he was never really asked to be an out and out right back. Yes,
Mm,
his title says right back, but
mm.
the way he plays the game, the
He
way he's
plays
always
more like
in
a
the
wing back.
midfield, yes, basically, yes. So that's another thing. And then for me, 350 for him, I would pay it. You know why? He's from the academy. You didn't pay for him. He's basically free. He's 26 years old. He's young. You give him a 5-year contract. In 3 years' time, you sell him. You make profit on him instead of letting him go for free now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would give him that 350 to be honest, because 26 years old from the academy. They're speaking as a future captain for him. We all know what he can do. Uh, I would take that gamble, pay the 350. We know in 3 years' time he might leave. You sell him, you make clean cut profit because he's from the academy. So
Yeah.
I
So
don't see any issue with it.
I'm just gonna quickly touch on slightly on that. You know what? We know that obviously quality brings. But the only thing I would say, I like to look at things from a different perspective. Trent Alexander was made their vice captain. So as a vice captain, I believe that's basically you being that leader that's there on a pedestal that we believe in you more than what we believe in other players. So as a leader, you should not be holding a gun to the club's head because you are the captain basically. Let's forget vice captain because if VVD is not available now, he steps up, right? So as a captain, you cannot hold your club ransom. And on top of that, being an academy player, saying, you know what, I want this kind of stupid money. They have negotiated. I wasn't sure what the fees was, but Scouts has confirmed 310, let's say even 300K. I would have said, he should have said to his agent, listen here, I'm a leader. I'll accept 300K. And then basically, in about 2, 3 years' time, we can negotiate it then. Are we going to look at a better offer? Or am I going to look at a different challenge? So I think that, you know what, if he's not a leader that wants to say, you know what, I'm here for the badge, right? Then definitely was sure cash in on him and find yourself a player that can replace him. Because I believe every player is replaceable, right? So that is just my take on that, right? But I think we're probably going to end of the show with this guy. out on loan at the moment. I know there's a lot of United fans that's
No,
got
not on loan. They
mixed.
sold him.
Oh, did it? He's not out on loan?
They sold it like for 12 million or something like that. They sold him.
Oh, yeah, he was gonna go out on loan, but there is rumors that they want to have him back. Right?
I don't know if they have a buyback clause on him like they have with that guy Alvaro Fernandez.
Mm,
But I know he was sold for like for 12 or 15 million.
okay. All right. So there's a big rumor that apparently when this case where he was found not guilty, that these two guys that used to do our business, all right, they couldn't run a proper PR campaign around him. Now look, my thoughts was very simple around this. I said, with all the stuff that's out there, all right, about what he's done, all right, as a father of two daughters, I wouldn't want him back. That was my first thoughts around this. All right. I just confirm he's got a buyback clause. So that's my first thoughts around him. Secondly, I know money, they probably paid it off in whatever the case may be in order for her to pull back these statements and stuff like that. But I believe that as a female, if you are not wanting this kind of lifestyle, that way of being treated by any guy, doesn't matter how much money it is, it should not be able to pay you off. Now we see this in our communities on a daily basis. This is my take. All right. I believe everyone in life deserves a second opportunity. All right. Because she was the case and say, you know what, they've moved on, they got a kid together, right? He's willing to forgive him, right? And he has shown now this far, he's changed his life around. It's not like he's been consistently doing this. Maybe it has been happening. We don't know what's happening behind closed doors. All right. But if you look in our areas, all right, we'll see these things every day. But because he's a celeb, they would slaughter the lighting. He's young, he was irresponsible. I think that if he's turned his life around, he deserves an opportunity. So what I would say is around this rumor, if it is he comes back, I will give him the opportunity, right, to prove himself. He's worthy of that decent and he's worthy of playing football because he's literally showing where he wants to go. But if it is that he doesn't come back, I will still support whatever decision gets made out there. So what's your guys' thought around this guy and around these guys that actually couldn't do things proper?
For me personally, I don't go too much into it because it's too sensitive.
Mm,
Uh, I, uh, so for me is that look, I think sometimes you need to let the player go for his own sake, as well, for his own
mm,
happiness. As much as we
100%.
want him to be at the club
Mm,
to perform because we know what type of player he is.
mm,
The club didn't support him. Yes, they said we sent him out on loan and we still paid him and all that, but when it mattered most, they didn't run a proper PR. They didn't send him for the counseling maybe or whatever
100%.
to say, you know what, this guy's going through rehab. We'll send him out on loan, but when he's back from he was at Girona or where was he, Katafi last season, we'll
Tough,
bring
yeah.
him back.
Mm.
You know, they wanted to bring him back. The ladies' team went up against it and they started protesting. These two
You can't
crumbled.
blame them. You can't blame them.
Look, you can't blame them. These two crumbled, and then they said, okay, now we'll send him out, bring him back, and then they sold him because he performed there. So, but like I said, I'm not gonna go into much detail
Mm,
into that because it's a really sensitive topic, you know. So,
mm.
for me, the less I
No,
say,
that's
the
what I'm saying.
better.
That's what I'm saying. For me, I am not going to say I'm that guy to say I want him back. What I'm saying is whatever decision get made around this player, I would support him because so far he's shown that, you know what, I deserve that second opportunity. Anyway, before we wrap up the show, I think we've got 10 people in here, 9 people now. I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to come in, even if you haven't been in here. Right? You are more than welcome to pop in. Let's take about, we got 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's take 10 people to come in. Give their final thoughts of the episode because we are going to be this Friday coming 27. We are going to be on a break and we will return on the 3rd of Jan. So I'll take 10 people to come in. So far, all the episodes you've seen, let us know what you think about it. Let us know where we can improve on, you know. So yeah, so we're gonna have Adil that's gonna take us home, and then we'll get some other people as well, and then we'll end off the show. And then I want to say,
Guys,
everyone have a fantastic festive season. Be safe out there. It's silly season. Don't do things you're not supposed to be doing out there, you know?
no problem. Guys, I must say, brilliant show, great show. I like the way that we were just not, at the moment, people don't understand the topic is Rashford, but I like the fairness. There's Liverpool, anybody can send a club request. I like that. And I like to see there was a nice, even spread tonight of different people, different club supporters. And keep up the great work, guys. And you know what? If for those I'm not going to chat again, to the people I don't know and I met tonight, have a merry festive, guys, and be safe out there. Great show, Iggy, Robin. Well done, guys. Keep it up, eh?
Much appreciate, sir. Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
thanks,
sir.
Buta Ariel.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you,
Buta
sir.
Ariel. Much love and
Appreciate you,
respect.
sir. Mr. G-Force, having some pip Wi-Fi issues over there. Is there anyone else that would like to come in? They would like to give their final thoughts on tonight's show, on the previous shows we had. We got Monty coming in over there. First time being in the box. Thank you for joining us, Monty.
Did GeForce run? Did GeForce leave came without saying nothing?
Now he's just having some issues. Got Zark, Mr. Monty. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, so to say, thanks for having me. I mean, it's my first time here. I'm always commenting on these things, but that's just banter.
Yeah,
We don't take,
100%, man.
but yeah, we don't take sides. We're not biased. We
100%.
speak football here, so I'm
100%.
glad I could be here. And I enjoyed the topics as well. I'm glad that there was Liverpool topics in there as well.
100%.
Obviously, big topics, Rashford, main talking point at the moment, and that we all can, connect the rivalries. So yeah, looking forward to the next one.
100%. So we'll see you on the 3rd. You're more than welcome. DM me. I can send you my number. You saw the videos that pops up there. Go and follow me on YouTube. So if it is one Friday you're not available and you got time on your hands, you can always do a catch up over there on YouTube because the full show will be uploaded over there as well.
Without
Yeah,
ads. Without
without
ads.
ads, no ads over there. Right. So
Okay, no
yeah,
problem.
also guys, head over to the Pro Jersey store as well. Get your football jerseys over there. Mighty 97, that's the code, and you can also get your discount over there as well. Thank you again, sir, for popping in. I appreciate you.
Short Monty, thanks, eh?
Mr. Zork, how are you, sir? Good?
Yes, sir, man. Where do I start? um, yeah, as firstly, I share Monty's sentiments with regards to how the live went. I think it was pretty good, it's obviously my first time that I've also been in this one, and I
Okay.
think it was conducted brilliantly.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate that no one gets to speak longer than 2 or 3 minutes. I think that's refreshing in a way.
Okay,
To get
100%.
to hear different opinions and keep it short and sweet and
Yeah,
that.
100%.
Definitely join in the next one. And thanks everyone. Thanks
Yeah,
Peacock and Iggy.
yeah. Just
Short,
to
no
just
problem, Jacques,
to
man. Thanks.
just to echo what you were saying, Zork. Look, I can tell you guys now, you guys know what my content is about. That's completely different to this. I'm still going to be doing normal lives, like your crazy lives. You've been in those ones with me as well, Zark. I'm still going to be doing those ones, but this is the podcast. So literally, you guys can DM me, ask me for my number. I'll send it to you on DM. You guys are more than welcome to send me a video. Maybe I won't be able to do everyone's videos, but I'll take out, to split the show evenly, right? Then I will let your video pop up there. Everyone will give their view, what's happening, And I just want to try and make this a platform where we put that bias aside, like you're saying. You guys know for a fact that I can be biased like on a big scale. But yeah, it's about flowers get given to the players, to the clubs, managers, those kind of things. Because I want to learn from you guys, and I'm sure you guys can learn from me, and we just all learn from each other because we all understand the game. I don't want this to be a show like with other podcasts like overseas and that way they just keep on bashing players, because they wanted instant success. But here it's about different opinions and different views. So I appreciate you, sir, for the
That's
support.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks, Iggy. Yeah, cool. We'll talk or I'll inbox you in it. Thanks.
Now,
no
if
problem,
you
sir.
can't inbox him, you can inbox me also, Jacques, no problem.
Okay.
100%,
Sure, bro.
100%,
Sure.
100%.
Thanks.
Thanks for
Short,
popping in,
short,
sir.
thanks, Jacques.
G-Force, you are
Welcome back,
buffering.
G-Force.
You are buffering, so you are buffering
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You are
yeah.
buffering. I would like to get G-Force in, man. He's got some thoughts he want to share with me, man. He likes to fight with
Iggy,
me, man.
once we make it and we start getting money, I think we need to supply GeForce with some uncapped data, uncapped Wi-Fi there by the, we
100%,
can't have
100%.
GeForce in and out so man.
100%. We just need a sponsor. GeForce will be sponsoring us every Friday. I know he's going to supply us with some drinks and some, snacks and that. So you must just make sure you send your address to GeForce as well. So yeah, guys, you guys are more welcome to sponsor snacks, you know. Yeah, and then also guests that would like to come in as well. You guys also allowed to sponsor them some routers and that. But guys, I want to say it's a pleasure. We will be off on 27th. We will be returning back on the 3rd of January. We've hit 9.3K likes, almost 10K likes. We had a couple of people in here that interacted. I want to say thank you so much again to everyone. And thanks to everyone that sent through some videos that we could talk about and get your views on the game. So for now, my side, I'll be signing out. Robin, anything from you before we sign out, sir?
Yeah, just thanks for everybody that take the time out on the Friday evening to come and spend it here with us. I mean, without you guys, we'll be talking to ourselves. So thanks for coming and giving your opinion and making this podcast what it is at the moment. And from here we can only grow, and we can only grow with you guys. So thanks for your support, not just on the sport on the podcast, but also on our private pages as well. So again, thanks and look after yourselves out there. Be blessed
100,
and be safe.
100%,
And see you
guys.
on the third.
100%. I'll see you guys in the third, guys. Please go on to YouTube as well. Follow us on YouTube, the Sportcast, Northwest Rivals. Please follow Robin as well, Peacock Sports View. If you're not following me as well, follow me. Also, the link to the YouTube channel is in my bio. Guys, have a blessed evening, everyone. And I'll see you guys on the third at 8 o'clock. I'll be signing out.